Hey folks, welcome back to Jerome Bee Farm and Homestead. This video we're going to be extracting our honey, and I'm going to be doing the weigh-in for the weigh-in contest. So good luck to y'all on that. So we've got 22 supers here, and I'm going to walk around and show you my setup. It's a little different this year, so let's get in here and I'll show you what I got going on. Okay, so this year I got my honey supers all stacked inside of where I'm processing the honey. Used to, I had my extractor right here, so I moved it back here, running it on a piece of carpet this year instead of the cardboard. And I have my new Hilco uncapping tank here. So used to I would do it my uncapping right here, and then I would carry my frames across to there and drip honey all across the floor, and I'd hold a little plate underneath it. So this year I've got my super stacked right next to my uncapping tank, so I will take my frames out, set them right here, uncap them, set them here, or I can even set them in here as I uncap them. What I might do is do 2 boxes uncapping at a time, and then I'll extract while I'm uncapping and kind of keep it going that way. So got my 9-frame SAF electric powered extractor. It holds 9 frames radial. They go in here like this. It'll do large frames as well, or deep frames, but you have to put them in this direction, and I have little adapters for that. But man, that really slows things down, because you do one side, then you have to flip the frame around and spin it again. So it's way faster if you keep everything just to the medium, supersized frames, and do 9 at a time radial. It's one spin and done. So, and then when I'm done with that, I'm going to put the frames back in the boxes that I spun out, and I'll transfer those out into the garage area out there, and at some point I'll move them all outside, let the bees clean them up. So that's it. So I'm really excited about this new Hilco bottling tank, and I put the spigot down on this end, so I'll have better access to it. It's not, if you can see that, it's not in the way. It won't be next to that extractor down there and be kind of in the way. I got my 90 mil buckets. If you've seen my prior videos, you've seen where I've used Lowe's brand. I think Leica is the brand name. I think, and they're like 60 mil, if even that. They're very thin. They're food grade buckets from Lowe's, but they crack. They crack right down the middle. They'll crack right down here, and you'll waste a bunch of honey. I had, man, I don't know how many buckets cracked, but one I was moving from the extractor to the weigh it, and it cracked, and just honey went everywhere. And then after I had them stacked up, I had them stacked 3 high, 2 or 3 of them cracked while they were stacked. So wasted a lot of honey. So that's it. Let's get started. I got my electric uncapping knife, so I use that. And I also use this little uncapping fork that you push it under the comb and lift the caps up, and that's for the ones that the knife won't reach. Got my 2-stage filter. There's the coarse, and then there's the fine. So using that hot knife, you don't have as many cappings in your honey, and you don't have to clean this out near as often. So that is it. Let's get this thing hooked up, and let's get going, and let's weigh in some honey. Okay, something disappointing. This Hilco uncapping tank, unless I'm doing something wrong, it's not wide enough. The frames do not fit in there. Look at that. You gotta put them in at an angle. That's weird. Surely they didn't build it wrong. I've got to be doing something wrong. I don't know. But, I mean, you can force it in there like that. But you shouldn't have to do that. You can't pull them out. So there's a little propolis built up on the edge of each one of these, but gosh, it shouldn't be that tight of a tolerance. I'm just going to go with that for now. I guess it's not a big deal. It still held 10 over there, so I'll be able to transfer them across, but that's just weird. And I did test my honey a couple of different locations, and it's coming in at 18 around in that area. And I checked a uncapped, and it was down around 17. So we are good to go. I'll do some random checks here as we get down lower in the stack there. So a lot of people call this a capping scratcher. You'll see them do this and tear the crap out of their cone. I reuse my cone every year. So that's how I do it. I slide it under and pull it off. And that way you're not destroying the cell. So when the bees go to reuse this cone next year, they won't have near as much work to do. And that saves time, and it saves on nectar that they're using to make wax with. So I'm going to go ahead and put this into the extractor, and then I'll do 10 more and set them here. Even running 9 frames, sometimes they're just not quite straight, and you're going to have some to do with your fork. So the frame next to this will be real thick right here. You can see it there, where they didn't draw them out completely straight. If you have a lot of frames that you have to do almost the whole frame like this, that's time consuming. That slows you down. Okay. You may think this honey here is dark, and that's actually the comb. This may be one that, yeah, it is one that I made homemade, so it is a little older. And I run queen excluders, so I don't typically get brood up in my supers, but occasionally you'll get a queen that'll slip by somehow and get up into the super. And that's what it looks like has happened on this frame, because you can see it's dark in this area and lighter out to the edges. So this is one of those that the queen got into somehow. And this is some brood comb. This probably had brood in it one time. So it's got that little cocoon from the bee when it emerged. That's why you need to rotate out your deep box comb where you're raising your brood, because after they've laid so many times in there, the cell gets smaller and smaller from those cocoons building up inside there. Normally I do this sideways to me, like this, but I'm doing it like this for the camera's sake so you can see what I'm doing. If you don't have a lot of frames to do, you could do a whole box with just one of these forks. It'd take you a while. This one here looks perfect. It's not too thick, not too thin. So you're not dumping a bunch of honey into your cappings tank. One little spot. Wish they were all like that. Go a lot faster. So another advantage to this setup I have here is I don't have to carry a box in each time from outside, bring it in, pull the frames out, and go through all this. They're right there. I just pull them out from right there into the tank. That's less carrying and moving around. So I think this is going to be a lot faster. I'm hoping I can get this done today. But last time I did it, it took me about 12 hours. And I don't have 12 hours today to dedicate to this. Get as much done as I can and finish it tomorrow evening. Okay, just a little bit down here. So when you run your knife down it, you want it against the wood so the frame or the comb is nice and uniform for the next year. This side is going to cause me some problems. So that box had the metal spacers in there, so they're perfectly spaced. So this is the bee error, not the beekeeper error on these being too thin. Whichever bee was in charge of thickness that day, they didn't get it quite right. I don't think they cared. So yeah, here's the other side of that skinny frame. So this one's going to be thick. And this side's skinny. Last frame for this box. That side's empty. Very little on this side. A little bit of uncapped there. Sometimes they don't get to these outside frames. When you come to the end of the flow, they just, when it stops, they stop. Okay, that's a full load there. Okay, here's what it all looks like. That's one box of cappings there. And I'll move this around with my knife, keep it spread out so the honey will dissipate on out of there and go to the bottom. And here's our extractor. And got our 9 frames in there radially. And these will pop back out and sit up in there once it gets to spinning. Sometimes you'll have to stop it and move them a little bit. It's got a safety switch on it, so if you open it, it'll shut off. Oops, I forgot to tighten it after I cleaned it. Okay, let's give that another try. When you first start, you want to run it fairly slow and let the bulk of the honey get out of there, so it'll slow down, it'll stop wobbling as much. And always make sure and run your honey gate open. I got it closed now to get just a little bit of honey in here for the honey photo shot. And as the honey spins out of it, it'll speed it up on its own. See the honey flinging there on the sides. All right, here we go. Honey 2023. Bam. So while that's spinning, I can start 9 more frames. Okay, got my second box all uncapped, so I'm going to crank this up on the speed. You see it's not shaking at all now. I'll run it fast for a few seconds. And you can even reverse it if you want. Okay, that is it. So that's what an extracted wet frame looks like. Missed a little bit right there, that's okay. So the bees will get all the excess honey off of this and clean it up. And we've only got, let's see, 20 to go. Okay, we got bucket 1 here ready to go, so get it on the scale. $49.6. So real quick, a little update on this uncapping tank. So I was having trouble with the frames sitting across, so it is a snug fit, but what I've learned is you just set them in there sideways like that and just push it up. So it is snug, but when you take them out, you just got to slide it and then lift it up. So, but you're not going to grab the whole rack and slide it down because, well, maybe it's too tight. But yeah. So that's that. I just wanted to do an update on that because I was a little concerned about that, and it could stand to be, I'd say, the 1/4 inch wider, and I would think it would be a little better, but we're gonna go with it and keep going. So I'm on bucket 2 there. Whoa, need to, I was getting a little full, so I need to switch to another bucket and get that one weighed. Okay, bucket number 2. 50 even. Bucket 3. 49.8. Okay, bucket 4. 49.6. Okay, we're a little over halfway done. I got 10 boxes left. I'm on bucket number 5, and I wanted to show you, now that I got this process down here, what it looks like and how I'm doing it. So let me flip the camera around and show you. Yeah, so what I do is I'll empty a box into here, uncapped, and have it ready. And I'll do that while I've got 9 frames in here running. And once I get those uncapped and moved to this side, and they're all uncapped and ready to go, I'll unload this, load them in the box, take the box out in the garage, and reload it, grab another box. Well, I don't grab a box. I pull the frames out from right there and set them right here. So that's been working good. It's a lot faster, seems like. That's it. I'm going to weigh this bucket number 5 here. And I'm going to knock off for the day, and I'm going to finish the rest of this tomorrow. This one is 53.0. Okay, day 2. I got off work a little bit early, and I'm getting down here, so hopefully I can get these, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 10 supers left, so I need to get that done today because I'm headed out of town for the rest of the week. So I don't want to leave those sitting there in case there's any hive beetles in that laying eggs. So we want to get that out of there and get this stuff bucketized. So you can see the honey down here that's come up since I tilted that thing. So I will get my bucket over here and get that going while I'm decapping the next set. So there's clearance with the bucket and my filter. Get this gate open. Whoa, it's about to overflow there on me. I actually had one overflow there on the extractor. It ran over the side and I got a few cappings in my honey. Yeah, that comes out fast. In fact, I'm going to slow it down just a hair. There we go. Yeah, it's coming down now from the edge. So I'll just leave it right there for now and start uncapping. An empty frame like this, and if there's more empty frames, I try and space them. So I'll put like 1 empty in each side, but I try to run 9 frames, even if there's an empty one, just to help keep it balanced so it doesn't vibrate real bad. Bucket 6 about got away from me there. It almost ran over. You got to pay attention when you're doing this stuff. $54.6. Bucket 7. 53.0. Bucket 8. 52.6. Bucket number 9. 53.0. Bucket 10. 52.4. 52.6. Okay, all finished up. It's about 8:30 at night, and on the second day, and got 11.5 buckets, so that half bucket will probably get up to around 3/4 or maybe even full when I take a few more pulls off of this cappings tank. So we'll do that, and we'll finish up in the office, and we'll sum it all up and see who the winner is. Hey, welcome to the Bee Farm Command Center. So it's been a really busy last 2 to 3 weeks getting all this honey in, taking care of everything around the farm, and plus a full-time job that I have on the side. So in here, so right here, I got the spreadsheet with all the names. We had 99 entries. So let's get over here and show you all the entries and see who the winner is. Okay, here's our spreadsheet with all the weights entered in here, and let's go over here and we'll show you what the actual weights were. So I had 12 buckets, and here's the weights minus the 2.2 pounds per bucket. So this is the actual net weight, and the total is 581 pounds. So if I would have had those 3 full supers, would have had another 150 pounds. But so yeah, that was a bummer. Anyway, I'm happy with that. That's plenty of honey for me to do what I need to do this year. So let's get over to the contest. And Jeff Hortschoff guessed 2,000 pounds. He was the worst, farthest from the winner. Randy McCaffrey, he was the second farthest. Guessed 1,999 pounds. So those two were way off. So I sorted these in farthest from the actual weight, and the winner will be listed at the very bottom. So you can see your names here. We had 99 entries, actually I think maybe 100. So a lot of these are folks, so they changed, YouTube changed the way names are, and now it's your login ID versus your handle, or vice versa, I don't know. But anyway, what you're used to seeing is not the same anymore. So, but I recognize quite a few of these names over here. This person wins the wins the contest for the longest name. Sean Bowder's-Urban. So 100 pounds away. Let's see, get on down here. We're almost to the bottom. There's Russell Koopman. He comments on every video. I appreciate that. Yeah, 66 pounds away. And the winner, oh, Geesby's got close this year, 25 pounds away. But the winner is Amanda Sparkle. 585 pounds for the guess, 3.6 pounds away from the 581.4 actual. So congratulations, Amanda Sparkle. So Amanda Sparkle, I want you to email me at this right here, darjerome@yahoo.com, and say, I'm Amanda, and I will give you a secret code. And when you get that secret code, I want you to go back to the prior video and find your comment and respond to that, or just put it on that last video and type in that secret code that I give you, and that way I'll know that I've got the right Amanda Sparkle that emailed me. And when you email me, give me your well, I'll have your email address, and I will send your $50 Amazon card to that address. So congratulations to Amanda Sparkle. Yay! So congratulations, Amanda, and yeah, follow the instructions I gave you, and we'll get that prize to you. And the next video's coming up. It's going to be late summer beekeeping out there in the August heat, so got to follow up on a lot of the smaller hives out there. We'll probably start feeding a little bit, and we will start on our oxalic acid treatments to get the mites under control, the pesky mites. So that's for the video. Give me a thumbs up, and we'll catch you on the next beekeeping video. Thanks all for watching, entering the contest and all that, and we'll catch you later. Y'all take care.